setting new standards in podcast excellence. You have joined the WBT, fully focused on business and taxes. Here is your host, Michael Lodge.
And hello, this is Mike Lodge on the WBT, and I'm in my car and I'm getting ready to start my trip across America. I'm starting from Los Angeles, and I will end up in a little tiny town called Pickens, South Carolina. And this is going to be the new home of Lodging Company, and with our satellite office here in Los Angeles. But I felt that it was time for a change for me, and I thought that would be a good place. The house is completely paid for. My property taxes are only $500 a year. What better place to slow it down just slightly and begin again? So before I begin my trip, I'm in Los Angeles, and I've got my car. In fact, I'm doing this podcast from my car. I've got my 3 dogs, Skippy, Zoe, and Buddy, and let me tell you, they're a handful, and they're going to be my company from this trip across America. Now, I'm looking forward to this trip because I'm going to take it a little bit slower than what I've done in my past trips across America. But I want to stop and just look at some sights and see some things and learn just a little bit more about history of where I'm traveling through into. And that brings up a good point. All of these politicians, these politicians are out there saying, tear down everything. Tear down our statues. Tear down our plaques. Tear down the names on streets. Tear down everything. Let me tell you, each thing that they're tearing down has a history. And America learns from their history. I learn from the history. When I look at the statue, and if I look up at Mr. Lee, I can remember the story of America and how a country was divided, and they fought against each other, brother against brother, cousin against cousin. And it was that time where America was truly divided. But when it was over, what did we have? We had freedoms established. And that's what we learned from history that is being torn down. They want us to forget the past, but we have to remember, because I'm telling you, we're at the very same spot that we were back then. We're in a civil war where we have evil against good. People who want to tear down our history and tear down our America and tear down our democracy are the enemy within. And we cannot let that happen. And that's kind of why I want to look at America as I'm driving across, and I'm going to include you with me, because each state that I stop in, I am going to tell you of what I've learned for that day. Okay? And I want you to really think about this great history that we have. So we're going to go on a road trip together across America. An accountant and you. So you and I are going to have a road trip. Well, of course, Skippy, Zoe, and Buddy, they're along with us too. And they will mark America as we go across America. But remember, America is such a great country, and if you let people try to destroy our history and destroy the story of America, we have a big problem then in this nation. Let's keep remembering. Let's look at those statues and say, I remember what happened. And you know, moms and dads of you that are out there, when you see that statue of a Civil War person or of whatever the story is behind that statue or that person, tell the story to your children. Because I'm telling you right now, they're not learning it in school. Get out the book if you have to. Get out the history books and begin to study what that person did. Either he was a great person or he was a bad person. Either he made America great or he was trying to fight against America. So let's travel together. I got my car running. It's warmed up and I'm ready to go. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll talk to you from state to state.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com. and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.